Cattle die, kinsmen die. All men are mortal. Words of praise shall never perish, nor a noble name. Have a mile. Death. The sun has recently set on my father's life. In the wake of his transition to the next life, it feels as if all that I thought I'd known about the universe, about life, about Lex, is shrouded in a mist of uncertainty, and all of that is happening deep inside me. I sat with my father on his deathbed, by his side in his last hours. Holding his dying hands, those same hands which held me as a baby, those same hands which taught me how to use tools. He was barely able to swallow when I would get a wet cloth and wring out but a few drops at a time into his mouth to make some attempt at quenching his thirst, some attempt at allowing him perhaps some of his last pleasures of life, water. My father's death has brought up experiences from my past.
The nation is mourning the deaths of another 2 soldiers in Afghanistan.
I experienced death in Afghanistan. And after the death that I'd experienced there, I closed up, I went numb, I avoided feeling my emotions. I was too afraid of what would be let out. In a meditation, I saw a vision of me sitting where I was when I was by my father's side, and me laying in the position of my father, me on my own deathbed, and me there to comfort myself. I also had a vision of me holding myself as a child, and that child was dead. I have a fear of going inside myself and a fear of feeling the pain of death. I also have a fear of avoiding that pain, because I've done that in the past and that's not led me down a path I want to tread again. I accept that death is a part of life, and we can all have our own individual or collective spiritual or philosophical views on death. Sharing this, I urge you to keep those philosophical or religious views of death to yourself. I don't want for your counsel or for your advice or for the words of your holy scriptures. I just want to be safe in expressing myself and safe in my vulnerability, and I'll feel what I need to feel, and I'll believe what I need to believe, whatever that may be. When I was sitting by my father, or the body that he embodied, I just felt like a lost little boy. I felt like Simba from The Lion King.
Dad? Dad, come on.
When he tries to wake Mufasa.
Get up. Dad. We gotta go home.
And Mufasa is not able to wake because Mufasa, his soul had left his body. He was dead. I'm afraid of holding back in life. I'm afraid of playing it safe. I'm afraid of avoiding my destiny. I'm afraid of failing others. I'm afraid of failing myself. I'm afraid of avoiding myself, sedating myself. I'm afraid of silencing my truth. I'm afraid of hurting people. I'm afraid of fading away. I'm afraid of surrender. I'm afraid of relinquishing control. I'm afraid of trying to control too much. I'm I'm afraid of staying numb to avoid the pain. I'm afraid of wasting my life. I wonder what advice I would have when I'm laying upon my deathbed. What advice I would have for myself if I was to be sitting there now, holding the dying hand of a future Lex.